transition to a team that is at the end of the year, and vibes are high, Davis. Vibes are really, really high. And I'm talking about the freaking Flyers. I'm super fired up right now. The Flyers have taken a 2-0 series lead over the Penguins, the Pittsburgh Penguins in the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. It's been a minute since we did a pod. We don't have to go through all of that. But the last time we got in the pod, I think we mentioned like, hey, the Flyers are creeping in. And we didn't want to, talk too much about it because it was far from a certainty. Honestly,
Mhm.
until the night they clinched, like the night before or two nights before they had a big win, before they clinched against the Hurricanes.
Yeah.
But they have been playing just competitive hockey that like where every game every night meant something for like 2 weeks, and then they come to the playoffs and it's just like business as usual. Nothing's really changed. And we can talk about Porter Martone, man, because ever since he joined the team, something has changed. I mean, this team is playing different. They're playing confident. They're flying around. I mean, we can talk about game 2 and game 1 more specifically in a second, but like, how are you feeling about the overall vibes of the Flyers the last 3 weeks? I mean, we're up 2-0 over the Penguins, man.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on?
Yeah. Feeling fantastic. And
Yeah.
I was feeling fantastic going into the playoffs. I look at myself more as a realist when it comes to Philly sports than most people. If you
Mhm.
told me the Penguins were going to win the series in 6 games, very successful season.
That's the
Extremely
way everybody
successful
was
season.
saying. Yeah, everybody was saying that.
Now that we're up 2-0 on the Penguins, my confidence is rising
Oh, yeah.
quickly. As in, look, once these NHL teams get hot, you never know what can happen, especially
No.
when it comes to goaltending. And I've told you in the past, Ethan, over the past few weeks, since the Flyers started becoming mainstream media again,
Mm.
Dan Vladar has just been an absolute menace
Darth
this year.
Vladar.
Darth Vladar has been the man.
Mhm.
And he obviously put up a goose egg on the Pens
I
last
saw
night
that
in
was
game
his
2.
first shutout the entire season.
First shutout of the year.
I
Yeah.
was
Yes.
stunned by that. He's been great all year. That's nuts.
Yeah, just giving up 1 goal here and there. You know, the
Wow.
Flyers were
Hell
the
of a game
worst
to
team
do it.
Flyers are the worst team in the NHL in giving up the first goal this entire year. If that
Yeah.
tells you anything about where this Flyers team has come from since the start, it's been a lot of comebacks. I mean, you
Mhm.
don't win, 44, 42, 43 games
Mhm.
and have that stat normally. So,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
kind of an
Vladar's been
anomaly.
amazing. And ever since the Olympics, I mean, the Flyers had the second best record in the NHL. They
Yeah.
just had the best comeback to make the NHL playoffs after 60 games in NHL history. This
Not
team's running
bad.
hot, and they're just absolutely buzzing. I mean, you could see the Penguins age every second. I feel like of this series as it
Yeah.
keeps going on.
Seriously, I mean, we could talk about a lot of things. Like, I mean, let's just get into that. I mean, the Penguins have not shown up, and if you're watching on YouTube, you can see these terrible yellow uniforms they're wearing. I seriously think that has contributed to them not playing well because just wear your normal uniforms. They're great. You wear great normal uniforms. What the hell? But anyway, I mean, down the stretch, like you were just saying, Davis. I mean, this team is playing out of their minds with a lot of confidence, and a lot of that is because of Vladar. Like he just seems to like give this team second and third wins. I mean, last night in game 2, they played fine. I thought the Penguins honestly controlled most of the first and second periods, and the Flyers were still up 2-0 going into the third period, and I was still very, very nervous. But Vladar
Mhm.
just accelerated his game to the next level, standing on his head for lack of a better term. I mean, awesome, 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 awesome goaltending from him. And then let's give love to the defense, man. The actual defense, like Travis Stanheim. I saw a stat that for every I think Crosby had like 9 shifts against Sanheim with his line mates, and he only got like 1 game endangering position, or I forget the stat I heard on it. I'm not too
Mhm.
familiar with hockey stats, but like basically Crosby only had 1 chance to score on like 9 opportunities against Sanheim. Sanheim's looked great. I was listening to PHLY and Spit and Chicklets, and I heard them both compare Travis Sanheim to Cale Makar. And I don't know much about hockey, but I know that that's a gigantic compliment, Davis.
Oh yeah, I don't know if I would ever go that far. Maybe
Just,
on the
I think they're
defensive
saying like the
side.
way he was playing, like not necessarily
Yeah,
that he's like that, but
yeah. The Kale McCarr take is definitely you have to contribute the offensive side of things. Which look, Sanheim has
scored a
been
nice goal game 1.
correct. I would say it is the goal. It is the goal scoring portion of things, but it's
Mhm.
also assists and playmaking,
For
which
sure, for
the
sure, for
defense
sure.
has done really well on. And like piggybacking off what you said, the defense was just as good as Vladar
Risto
last
too.
night. Ristolainen was great, and this was all without our a top six or a top nine,
Andre.
top six defenseman. Andre was hurt last night, so Juleson
Mhm.
made his first playoff start, and he played pretty well in like the 8 or 9 minutes that he played. So I mean, this
Yeah.
whole team is just meshing so well right now. Couturier is finding new life at his old age with these young guys, and I don't know, man. I mean, there's something about that first line of Dvorak, Martone, Konechny, Sanheim. Like these guys are clicking right now, and they're clicking at the right time.
100%, and it's so fun to watch. And talk about Martin, man, because we've talked about this privately a lot. We talked about this with our friends and families and all this stuff because it's so fun to watch. But like, this guy was on Michigan State 2 weeks ago, and thank God Michigan State lost because
Mhm.
Frozen Four was last weekend, as in 3 days ago. He could have been playing for a national championship 3 days ago and possibly never joined the team. And if that happened, we probably wouldn't have made the playoffs. So talk about Porter Martone, man. Just like, is he a superstar? Like, what is the limit on this kid?
Yeah, I don't know if there is a limit. When you're talking full season, I mean, if he plays full 82 games next
Yeah,
year, I mean, this is a 40 goal scorer. I mean, seriously, and you don't hear that very often when it comes to
that's
guys this
crazy.
age. I mean, you're talking Connor McDavid, you're talking the guy from the Canadians right now. I can't think of his name. The
Caulfield.
rookie. Yeah, Cole Caulfield.
Mhm.
I mean, I am seeing the mistakes. I am seeing pucks skip
Yeah.
over his stick. I'm seeing some, but here's the thing. He knows where to put the puck.
Yes.
His playmaking has been tremendously better over the past 11 games. Like it's getting
Mhm.
tremendously better throughout each and every game. And he just knows where to be. Like the Konechny tip in that Martone had for the first goal last night. He just knows he's cutting to the I almost said the hoop. He's cutting to the goal,
To the
and
net, yeah.
he doesn't even switch to his forehand. He just shoves a backhander and jams it right in the
Mhm.
basket. Like I think that's some high IQ hockey right there. And look, he's been physical. Like this whole team has been physical, and they're showing. I wouldn't be surprised if that's been a big talking point coming into the series with the Penguins' age. It's just slowing them down. This whole team, the physicality has stepped it up a whole nother level, and they're
Yeah,
really bringing out
Couturier
the North
too.
Boys moniker of the past.
And it's so fun because like Couturier just, he's the older veteran. I was watching game one with some friends and family. I was like, when do you think Couturier was joined the team? And everybody's like, I don't know, 10 years ago.
No, it's
Close.
like, dude,
2011 is when he
I was
was
gonna say
drafted.
2010 was my guess. Yeah, 2011.
2011, like this guy's been around for a long time. He's been like seen every phase of the Flyers since they were honestly good last time. And he's an older player, an older veteran captain that my dad hates. A lot of, I think, older Flyers fans aren't a fan of. And he laid his body on the line game one, had like the most hits in the whole game, just looked like a completely different player. And I feel like it's inspired the guys. Like, look at Owen Tippett last night. Dude played out of his freaking mind, dude.
Yeah,
Like
I
that
keep
pass
saying,
he had to was it Hathaway? That was
yeah,
ridiculous.
I keep
Ridiculous.
saying to non-Flyers fans, including friend of the show Matt Stiers, that I told him this weeks ago when the Flyers were. This was first coming to, hey, the playoffs are actually a real possibility here. Owen
Yeah.
Tippett is the best player on this team. Owen Tippett is the most underrated player on this team. Owen Tippett has a chance of being one of the most underrated players in all of the NHL right now. He
Yeah.
is so good. I've watched him a lot over the past few years, more this year because this is the first year I from the start was starting to watch the Flyers because they're just so young, they look good. I wasn't expecting the playoffs out of them, but dude, Tippett makes those spin cycle moves. He does
Yeah,
that
he
where
does.
he's crossing over like three defenders in a row to the
He's
start of fast
falling on
break.
his face to shoot a goal and right in front of the net.
Dude,
Like,
he's been doing this all
mhm.
year, and it is going so unnoticed how dynamic he is.
Yeah.
He's one of the fastest skaters in the entire league. We saw that last night on a
That
face-off in our own zone where he
yeah.
takes it on a breakaway. I don't know how that was even possible. How he did
Plus
that,
that
but
crossover where he took the puck from,
yeah,
everybody in the corner jammed up, and then he basically crossed over Letang and then had the pass for the assist that was Like the thing I love about hockey is hockey's so cool where you can have such a sick pass, such a sick setup of a goal, a one timer, whatever, that eventually, like, you're basically doing all the work where the goal is yours. So I think that is so
Yeah.
cool where Tippett can take over a play like that. Like such a cool moment out there for that kid. And then at the
Yep.
end of the game, he's scrapping with Crosby and other Penguins, and somebody burst open his nose, and he's still scrapping. Like, I
Yep.
love that stuff. The Penguins were just looking for it at the end of the game. By the way, we were texting last night. Like, this is a veteran-laden, older team that knows the drill in the playoffs at this point. Maybe it's been a couple of years, but like, what are they doing? Like, starting fights at the end of the game like that, and like,
Yeah.
it's easy to see the Crosby whistle too. If they just call everything on him. There's been a couple of things that I think the Flyers are targeting him to try and just hit him regardless of if it's a penalty or not.
For
But,
sure.
like, the Crosby whistle is real. It's like LeBron a little
Yes.
bit.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think the Penguins, they know what they're doing. They lost the battle. They lost the battle here in Pittsburgh.
Mhm.
They're down 2-0. But you know, a
Yeah,
part of the
gotta keep
battle is
Darvon.
being physical, and they're still trying to win the war. And I don't think that physicality in the last 2 minutes of a 3-goal hockey game is, you know, showing any cojones that they have. Like, if anything, it's just showing how sore losers they are.
Yeah,
And that,
seriously.
the Flyers had the puck in their zone for the whole last minute, and they're not even trying. Like, things like that, just it bothers me that, that they're trying almost cheap shot us just to say, hey, we have the upper hand. We'll
Yeah.
go to Philly and play
Yep.
you, but you won here. Look, good for you, but you're not going to win every single battle. When it's like, yeah, we did. The Flyers just had 40+ hits on you guys back games. Like, I don't know where that unintended a lack of physicality for 58 minutes, and it shows up in the last 2 minutes. It doesn't make any sense to me.
And the only kind of physicality I've seen from them seems pretty reckless, where they just seem pissed and it's not
Yeah.
focused. And like, honestly, the most aggressive player on their team has been Crosby. I haven't seen him actually get involved with the puck around the net much. They're all over his ass. I love that stuff. You really see the youth playing through. Like, the younger team is faster, they're stronger, and they want it more at this point. Like, it's crazy because I'm sure Crosby and Malkin and Letang all together talked and they're like, let's get one more together, guys. But like, Owen Tippett, Trevor Zegers, these are young, hungry dogs that want to kill you, dude. They want to slit your throat in front of your fans. And now they got to come to our barn and they got to beat us once at least to extend the series. So really, really fun. I cannot wait for game 3 tomorrow night. And then before we get out of here, let's talk about some NHL playoffs around the league as it goes, Davis. I'm not super tapped in with every series, so I'll let you.
I'll run down. Colorado, Los Angeles, the Los Angeles Kings. This is a crazy series because honestly, the Pacific Division, where the Kings are coming out of, is the 3 seed. Like, the Pacific Division might have been the worst division in hockey over the past 20 years. They really should not be here, to be honest with you. It's them, the Mammoth, and the Ducks, or something like that.
Or not maybe Edmonton.
It's the. I don't think so.
No, okay.
Yeah, so it's Vegas, Edmonton, Anaheim, Kings. So Edmonton didn't live up to expectations this year. Vegas actually did have a pretty solid season, 95 points. But when you look at the Central, I mean, 95 points wins the Pacific, but the Avalanche 121, the Stars 112.
Oh my God, yeah, I know.
104. Like, so I think this Avalanche series, and the Kings played the most overtime games in the entire league this year.
I saw that.
I think they're gassed. I mean, they don't even have a ton of regulation wins.
And they're going up against like it's probably unfair to even call the Avalanche like the Thunder. They've been here, done this before. This is a team that's probably going to win the whole thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're favored to, but I mean, I can't call them the Thunder yet because they haven't gone to the finals in a few years. It's been a few years. So I mean, we've seen Florida, Edmonton.
Did they win in like 2020? Was that the last time they won?
Yeah, that 2021 maybe.
Okay.
Yeah,
right. It's been 5 years at least. Okay.
I think it was right post. I think it was the post-COVID, post bubble. Dallas, Minnesota could be the most electric series out here right now.
Even though didn't Minnesota beat Dallas 5-1, right?
Last
game
night.
1.
Last game 1, Minnesota won 5-1. Last night, Dallas won 3-1, I think.
Oh, okay. All right.
So now we're going to Minnesota to play a best of 5, pretty much, with Minnesota having home ice. I like Minnesota in this series, even though stats tell me that it should go to Dallas. I mean, Minnesota might be like the Detroit Pistons. They have not won a first-round series in however many years.
Minnesota hasn't?
Over 10 years. It's been like over 10 years since they made the second round.
That's crazy. And this
Dallas,
is also a series where Dallas used to be in Minnesota, right? The Dallas Stars used to be the Northern Stars, the Minnesota Northern Stars.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, for sure. Vegas, Utah. This Utah team is feisty, and Vegas took game 1. This is one I would not be surprised to see a comeback and Utah win this series. I think I smell 7 in this. The game 2 tonight.
Let's go Mammoth.
I don't mind Utah. Yeah, let's go Mammoth.
Dude, that logo is sick, and their jerseys are awesome. Like, they might be my Western Conference team going forward. Like, they're pretty sweet.
Yep. And then Edmonton and Anaheim. Edmonton quickly up 2-0 in this series. Up 1-0. They won last night.
Just give me Edmonton, Colorado in the conference final.
Yeah,
right.
I would love to see Minnesota, but
really?
I think Minnesota.
Quinn Hughes?
Not because of him, but I mean they have. I mean, who they have? Is it Rantanen? They have somebody. They have Eriksson Ek, who's really good.
Rapinov or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. They have a bunch of good guys on.
You don't want to see McDavid get one?
I mean, I would. I want to see him advance. It's not that I want to see him lose. Okay. It's just I could see Colorado Edmonton here, or I could see Minnesota Edmonton. Okay. Eastern Conference. Buffalo Sabres broke the curse. They broke the curse. They had their playoff game at home for the first time in like 15 years. Mm-hmm. They were down 2-0 with like 7 minutes left, and immediately put 4 on the board.
That was awesome.
Maybe 5 actually. It was 4 or 5. And Buffalo took game 1. I think this series is almost a wraps at this
point.
Game
2 tonight.
It's so good. Game 2 tonight. Correct.
Okay.
Another game 2 tonight. Tampa Bay and Montreal.
Another awesome game 1.
Kind of shockingly won game 1 if the odds tell you, but in my opinion, I don't think so. I think this is an aging Tampa Bay team, and I think Montreal wins this series. I really do. I think Montreal goes up against Buffalo, and it's going to be who's going to break the curse, who's going to go to the conference finals.
That would be so cool for Buffalo.
Yeah, this is one I would turn on right when we're done this podcast. I'd turn on game 1 of that because it starts in about 10 minutes. Carolina, Ottawa went to double overtime last night, game 2. Ottawa is just getting so unlucky. They got unlucky with a few bad bounces in game 1 and double overtime last night. Carolina had a goal that got called back in overtime for offsides, and then ended up, it didn't matter anyway. They went to a second overtime. Carolina still won. I think Carolina wins the series. I think Ottawa could sneak a game or 2 in, but I'll tell you right now. Yeah, agreed. And Drew, too. I mean, Drew's on.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It would have been electric to see a Flyers Drew second round, but take it one day at a time.
Yeah. And then obviously Flyers up 2-0 over the Penguins. Got to just speak that out. Throw that out there as much as you can. Big game 3 tomorrow night, Davis. Big game 3 tomorrow night. I mean, I'm really excited. I can't wait. I went to a Flyers game about a month ago, and that really felt like the start of the reignite of the season. Like, they were like 2 games before Martone came. It was against the Blackhawks, and you could feel that the guys just playing electric. And the last month has just been awesome. Where, like, hand up, I wasn't the biggest Flyers fan at the beginning of the year. I definitely watched a couple games, but I kind of gave up for a second.
I think most people are in that boat. I think most people are in that boat, though. People that are saying that they're. And I'm not the guy to call Flyers fans out being fake, being, hey, you jumped on the bandwagon. Not at all.
Yeah, you're not. You're not.
No, I'm saying for anybody that is just getting into the Flyers over the past 2 weeks, go, be a part of the Flyers. The city needs you. We want orange on the streets.
We need you.
The Sixers aren't giving that to us.
No.
So, but I think that it's better to have you now than never. So I'm glad that you're riding the train right now.
Yeah, I mean, it is so fun to watch playoff hockey and just be hanging on every single second watching.
Yeah.
So awesome. It is so tough to also watch them shoot when everybody bunches in front of the goal and you're just holding your breath being like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, like that second where you're like, I don't know if that went in, and they reveal that they didn't. You're like, oh, that is
Yeah.
one of the best feelings as a sports fan.